Hello, this is Dave from Net4Truth USA, Whirlwind, Revolt. It is October 16th, 2019, and it is now 21:45 hours. And this just came to me about an hour ago when I was researching this in one of Joe Biden's little speeches, which you'll see in a moment, that I caught on Red Pill 78. He catches himself saying something about on the 17th, we got to get rid of the president, we got to get him out of office, and on the 17th, ... I take that as a veiled threat against my president. And I took it so seriously that I called the Secret Service, and you'll hear that recording following the two clips that I'm going to play to you. I do not want to have another president assassinated in my lifetime. This is not 1963, folks. If they harm a hair on that man's head, me and about 1,000 other people that I personally know are going to go duck hunting, if you know what I mean. Washington, D.C. will look like Yucca Flats after the blast. I'm not playing. These people have gotten totally out of hand. And in that veil of secret comms, as I believe them to be, or attempted secret comms, Nancy Pelosi decided not to take a formal vote in the Senate because they say we don't want to expose all the rhinos that are, bullshit. The plans changed, and Joe Biden, I believe, almost blew the cap off their plans. I hope I'm wrong. I certainly hope I'm wrong. Because if I'm right, the Secret Service has been warned, and you will hear a recording of that conversation that I had. And if they hurt that man, this video will go down in history like the Zapruder film and all the videos that I have linked to it. And if I find any more, I will update the description section to links of all the videos that I run across that threaten the president. And if you see anything or have that gut feeling, call the Secret Service in your area. It's very easy to get their number. I'm not going to post it here because that's Philly. I called Philly. So if you see a threat or a veiled threat or something that you believe is a threat, don't hesitate to call them. Because we cannot have another November 22nd, 1963. We just can't have it. Because the people are not going to be bullshitted into complicity anymore. If they hurt my president, I'm going duck hunting. Watch this.
My son's statement speaks for itself. What I think is important is we focus on why it's so important to remove this man from office. On the 17th, look, my son's statement speaks for itself. What I think is important is we focus on why it's so important to remove this man from office. On the 17th, look.
What's going to happen on the 17th, Joe?
Watch this video from Red Pill 78 in its entirety. I'll leave a link in the description section. Now we have two tweets from Chad Pragum and Scott Wong. Let me blow this up so you can see it. Chad Pragum, Fox is told Pelosi plans no vote right now to formally launch impeachment probe at this time. She has been discussing this with House Democrats. Scott Wong tweeted, confirmed, Pelosi informs caucus there will not be a formal floor vote to launch the impeachment inquiry. Now, Joe Biden's almost disclosure of something on the 17th, we don't know what, and those two tweets confirming that Nancy Pelosi discussed this impeachment matter with House Democrats and probably came up with the conclusion that there is absolutely no way on God's green earth that they're going to pull this off and impeach the President of the United States. I believe there was a change of plans. No, we're not going to vote. We're going to let this go. And on the 17th, ... Now, we know there's a rally on the 17th. It's going to be pretty tough to pull another Dealey Plaza on the 17th, but you never know. These people are evil. Do you understand? They're evil. They're demons from hell inhabiting the shell of what used to be a human being. There is no other explanation for it. They are facing the death penalty for treason, and they will do anything to stop the person and stop the administration that will carry out that sentence. I surely hope that my warning will be taken seriously by the powers that be. Because if it's not, and something happens to the president, then whoever answers this phone when I call will be held to account. Because I gave them every scrap of information that I had, and I gave them multiple reasons to take my information seriously, including the fact that I had a top secret crypto SSIR clearance when I was in the service, and they can look that up. All they need is my name and my phone number, probably. You can validate that for yourself. Just look it up. So I know from whence I speak. I worked in the Intel community for 4 years when I was in the service, and I had enough. That's why I didn't make a career out of it. Because I had a feeling what I was getting into. And boy, was I right. Boy, were the hairs on the back of my neck absolutely correct with that shot. And they can look up the fact that I worked for the Attorney General of the State of New York Medicaid Fraud Control Unit. They can look up the fact that I've worked undercover for years on and off for law enforcement from New Mexico to New York. They can look that up. Now, just to make it clear, I'm not the only one who is under this impression. I got a call from my friend Stony Stone out in Rockford, Illinois, and that started me looking down this rabbit hole. And there are multiple people who have posted this. I'm not the only one who has this opinion. But you know what they say, opinions are like assholes, everybody's got one. But when you have multiple people who don't know each other simultaneously posting videos about what Joe Biden meant by on the 17th, ... knowing how they think. This is their mentality, and I'll explain it to you very simply. It's the same mentality that a person who has a life sentence without parole has. He doesn't give a shit about any crime that he can commit against another prisoner. If he stabs him, if he assaults him, if whatever, if he kills him, doesn't matter. Especially if it's a chomo out in the yard, because that gives him cred, you know what I mean? So what? He's not getting out. He's not going nowhere. He knows he's going to die in jail. So if he catches an outside charge and he's got to go to court, That's a couple of bus rides, at least a couple of bus rides back and forth, where he's out in the fresh air, Googling all the good-looking women that are walking down the street. For him, it's the closest to a vacation he'll ever get. And it's the same with these people. They have a lifer's mentality because they know what's coming down the pike at them. And the only way to stop it is to commit more crimes, to tell more bullshit stories, to keep on keeping on interfering with the president. And if that doesn't work, well, maybe on the 17th, ... I hope I'm wrong. Because if they hurt that man, they will start a war in this country, and none of them will survive. The cockroaches in their kitchens won't survive. I took an oath in 1969 to defend my country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Nobody has ever relieved me of that oath, nor would I be relieved of it if it was offered to me. Please pray for the president. Pray for his safety. And pray for God, they should have been arrested a long goddamn time ago. This is so ridiculous. That man, what he has given up and what he's put himself and his family through to get this country back for us is probably the most incredible sacrifice anybody has ever made, including giving his life for his country. Because make no mistake about it, it's not said out of their mouth, but you can see it in their eyes, you can tell it in the tone of their voice, and you can tell by the dirty tricks and the lies and the obfuscations and the political bullshit that they're putting on this guy. They are afraid to do what they must do to avoid the firing squad. They will not stop at anything to take this president out. And if they hurt him, I will be the next person that you see on the news, along with about 1,000 other people that go down to Washington, D.C. and take every fucking stone out from one on top of the other. It will look like Yucca Flats after the blast. You think we're kidding, people? You think we're kidding. You think we're kidding. Hurt that man, and it's the last straw. Hurt that man, and you sign your own death warrants.
You have reached the United States Secret Service Philadelphia Field Office. The office is now closed. The office hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Please leave a message or dial 0 to reach a regional duty agent. Thank you.
Extension 12359. Please wait.
Service, Washington Field Office.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, this is... I'm one of those guys on social media that does political commentary. And I want to inform you guys that there's talk on the internet about a threat against the president's life on the 17th when he's in Dallas. Are you aware of this?
We're not. Can I place you on hold and transfer you to our protective intelligence?
Absolutely, sure.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing 18-hour days doing research against the deep state. And I tell you, I'm 68 years old and I've never seen anything like this in my life. My name is David. I I run a YouTube channel called Whirlwind Revolt. It's political commentary. Excuse me?
Sorry, I just want to make sure I got it right. Whirlwind Revolt?
Correct.
Can you spell your name for me, sir?
Sure. My name is David.
Yep.
And
okay.
I'm a former serviceman. I served in Vietnam. I'm a cryptographic system specialist. I know from whence I speak when I tell people about these cryptic comms. There has been talk on the internet based on what Joe Biden said in one of his speeches that we got to take the president out by the 17th. And we know the president's going to be in Dallas on the 17th, and I have this strange feeling that there's a threat, a veiled threat against the president's life.
Okay, now have you seen anything on the internet other than this strange feeling that you have?
There are multiple channels that are talking about it right now. I can send you links if you want to. But take my word for it, there's a lot of people that have interpreted that comment as a veiled threat against the president.
Which comment?
The one that Joe Biden said we got to take we got to take him out by the 17th is what he said. And this person is involved in so much corruption. You know, he's looking at treason charges because what he did in Ukraine and his son did in Ukraine is absolutely, without a doubt, empirical fact that what they did was what they said he did, and they're looking at treason charges. So committing another JFK is not beyond them. And this is not 1969. This is not going to go well if they hurt my president. Because if they hurt my president, I'll tell you right now, I'm going duck hunting.
Okay. All right. So, do you have right now? I'm assuming you're looking at the internet right now. Is anything that you're looking at right now? Are there any threats that you are seeing?
There's no threats per se. There's no threats per se. They're not going to come out and say a threat. Okay? My background is I was a cryptographic system specialist in the United States Air Force. My MOS was 30650F. And I worked for 25 years for IBM. I'm an internet web designer. I'm all of that. So I know when people are trying to get a message out, talking between the lines, if you know what I mean.
Sure, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, I mean, you guys are intelligent, are in that business to crack these codes that people are sending cryptic codes where they're standing in the forest and all that kind of happy nonsense, okay?
So what I can do, the best I can do for you is I can give you an email address that if you do see any threats on the internet when you're looking through stuff, you can screenshot it if it is like on
Twitter or something like that.
Social media.
Well, I called it about a month ago. I called the FBI, and somebody, my friend Stony, he lives out in Rockford, Illinois. He runs he does his stuff live stream, and people type in what's that, and this is we got to kill Trump.
Correct.
So we got to kill Trump. To me, is a threat.
Right.
Because I don't put anything past these people, and I only got one shot at this. Okay, you get one shot at this.
So I can give you, if you want that email address, that's really all. Since you don't have anything right now, there's really not anything we can do. But do you know what I'm saying? We need
maybe you can keep the president the hell out of Dallas on the 17th, which is tomorrow. But yeah, go ahead, give me that email address.
Okay, so it's WFO period, and then it's PI duty desk, and that's at usss.dhs.gov.
DHS.gov. Let me read that back to you.
Sure.
Whiskey Foxtrot Oboe dot Peter India Oboe PI duty desk at usss.dhs.gov.
That's correct, sir.
Okay.
So anytime you see any actual threat, you can screenshot it. And
well, you know what? You're not going to see any actual threats, but What we do, what myself and Stony Stone do, I've been doing research on JFK, 9/11, Murrah Building, the whole nine for years,
Mhm.
and all of the official stories don't match. I know for a fact there was no planes that hit those towers on 9/11. It was all CGI, and you can prove it to yourself by looking at the DVD that CNN put out. The left wing of the plane that hit the South Tower goes behind the Bankers Trust building, which is a quarter of a mile down the block. How do I know this? I worked on Wall Street for 15 years, and I know that wings of planes don't go behind buildings when they crash into another building. So I know that is fake. Not only that, but the plane goes completely through the building. The nose of the plane goes completely through the building. You can see it before and after. It's the same shape. If a nose of a plane going 500 miles an hour, which is way above the spec for a plane flying at ground speed at sea level, the wings would have fell off a long time ago. So I can put two and two together. I'm not a dummy, and I know a veiled threat when I see one.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. So you have the email address, okay?
Okay. If I see anything overt, I will definitely send it to you.
Thank you very much.
And if I see a
fantastic day.
okay, and if I see a veiled threat, I can send that to you too. If I see something that's a little bit suspicious, I mean, you can look at it and say, "Hey, look, maybe we ought to look into this."
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day.
I hope to God I'm wrong, because if they hurt my president, I'm going duck hunting.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Now, if that shit doesn't get me another knock on the door, I don't know what will. Oh, for my new subscribers here, a couple of years ago that I got a visit from the Secret Service because I said some not so nice things about the ultimate fashionista. And that went well. But at least now they know that somebody is on to their bullshit. All of this shit trickles, you know what I mean? It trickles through. And these people know that somebody out there has the balls to call them up and tell it like it is. You might think I'm a nut job, but I'll tell you what, I'm a nut job and knows what the fuck he's talking about. And I've proved that over the last 4 years that I've been doing this. And I proved it beyond any reasonable doubt at all in my book, Land of Childhood Spheres. Get yourself a copy. You can get an autographed copy, or you can go to lulu.com/net4TruthUSA. Get the 512-page hardcover special edition. That's all I'm going to say. It shows you first of all, who shot Kennedy, how he got it, how he shot him, the weapon he used, how he got rid of it, and how they got away with it. And that's not only thing it covers 9/11, it covers the drug trafficking in Vietnam, it covers the CIA, it covers Operation Phoenix, and the foreword was written by Dr. Stan Monteith, the late Dr. Stan Monteith of Radio Liberty, who gave it rave reviews. And I was on his program 14 times, and my late friend Arthur Bernklau, who was a Marine sniper in Vietnam, went in with the advisors and came out with the helicopters in 1975 off the roof of the embassy building. 200 confirmed kills with Operation Phoenix, MACV, Saigon. Never wasted a bullet, all headshots. God rest his soul. If he was alive today, the Hildebeest would not be running around. This is Dave from Net4 Truth USA, Whirlwind, Revolt. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your prayers and your comments and your emails and your phone calls. But most of all, thank you for your support. Godspeed.
Please subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4 Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4 Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/net4truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.